How do pet deposits work? Pets are immensely adorable. They are a source of unconditional love and come with a multitude of physical and emotional health benefits. This is not what we say, it's what studies imply. But when it comes to living with your pets, most owners have to go an extra mile to do so. They are subjected to rules, regulations, limitations, and hefty pet deposits. Some landlords place limits on the type of pets, while others restrict pets entirely. With nearly 80 million households with pets, according to a survey by the American Pet Products Association, it becomes nearly impossible to find pet-friendly apartments or condos right in your budget. Plus, the landlords are creating ample amount of confusion while making the lease agreement by asking for more than one type of pet fare, which can add to your financial burden. Here's a glossary to some of the commonly used terms when renting out a house for you and your pet. Pet fees. It is the amount that has to be paid for living with your pet. This might amount to anywhere between $100 to $500. Pet deposits. The landlord keeps some money that acts as security. This covers all the expenses in case your pet damages the property. These deposits vary statewide as per their rules and guidelines. However, the amount may range between $100 to $400. Pet rent. This is the amount which is charged in addition to pet fees and deposits simply in the name of entering your pet in the compound. This might be as low as $50 or as high as $100, and all this varies according to your pet's breed and size. End result: pet fares are rising exponentially with every passing year. This is the reason why pet owners are always on their toes to find the right apartments in order to live with their pets without biting their wallets much. And why do they have to go through all this hassle? Because animals can be a source of nuisance to neighbors or are a threat to the landlord's property. The whole concept of pets being a burden on landlords has led to an increase in the demand for pet deposits or fees even more. To make it more clear for you, here are some state-specific guidelines in terms of security deposits. Alabama pet deposits, 1 month rent, additional fees can be charged as well. Arizona pet deposits, 2 months rent. There will be no limit in case the monthly rent exceeds $2,000. California pet deposits, unfurnished apartments, 2 months rent, furnished apartments, 3 months rent. Colorado pet deposits, there is no set limit to security deposits. Florida pet deposits, there is no set limit to security deposits. Nevada pet deposits, private housing, 3 months rent, public housing, 1 month's rent. Section 8 project-based housing, 1 month's rent or $50, whichever is more. New York pet deposits, there is no set limit to security deposits, but for rent-stabilized apartments, deposits can be collected equivalent to 1 month's rent. Washington pet deposits, 1 or 2 months rent. Texas pet deposits, there is no set limit to security deposits. And adding to it is the maintenance cost of a pet, food, emergency vet visits, and whatnot. While this is definitely not the reason to pass on your pet or your dream apartment, it will be best for you to understand what will be the best move for you, or else you might lose a lot of dollars just to find the right apartment. And if you have an assistance animal, then according to the Fair Housing Act and Fair Housing Amendments Act, you can definitely avoid paying pet fees or pet rent. However, for that, you will need a valid ESA letter recommendation. To further negotiate for a pet deposit, you can try the following steps. Share your pet's recommendation letters or behavior certificate with your landlord, training certificate, renter insurance. Don't let the thought of extra financial burden sway you from the idea of having a pet. Instead, look for options to save money and be with your furry companion without any hassles.